Ulqiorra Cifer, the dark bat of Waco Mundo, potentially one of the most beloved enemies within this series of Tite Kubo's Bleach, and number 4, Espada. Ulqiorra was always a really standout case, definitely out of the Espada. He and Grimjow were probably the most notable, maybe third being Stark. Can't count Nell because she wasn't at the time in the Espada. But Ulquiorra was definitely one to really take the eye on, whereas Grimjow was more of an adversary for Ichigo consistently throughout the entrance of the Arancars. Ulquiorra was one of the first ever shown, and as well as he's probably the one that got the most screen time and affection from Kubo. So let's kind of go into his, his ability stats and, what makes this guy so special. Let's move this over here as we do make this nicely sized and get it down there, the never professionally translated part of this. But look at Ulquiorra's stats. Ulquiorra, his attack damage is actually much higher than his durability. We saw that during his second level resurrection with his Lanza, and the fact that when he can match attacks that his opponent can walk out of, even though he can put out that power, it's left him completely torn up, crippled, losing limbs, just not in a good state. So you can look at that and after seeing the firepower of his Lanza, and then seeing like attacks that he's taken and not died from, but definitely took heavy damage, that there's a clear chunk gap between his destructive capabilities and his durability. Hacks really just kind of, he's got a little bit of spatial warping with his Garganta. He's got portals, as well as his Grand Ray Cerro, which can warp space slightly from it. A very powerful Cerro that only members of the Espada can use. Resistance as a weakness, not really anything from what I recall. And as well as notable skills and traits, he's got a low level amount of regeneration when he's in his second level of resurrection. And what I was talking about, obviously we can get through some of the easier stuff pretty quickly. We can see his Garganta, which he can kind of make a portal going throughout the real world to Waco Mundo, as well as the more basic abilities from the hollows, like Hero, which is like it's like kind of like an iron-like skin, kind of makes them more durable, as it literally says in the page, iron skin. I don't know, I just didn't read out the page. And he's demonstrated stuff such as being able to casually, in his base form, deflect slashes from Kisuke Urahara in his Shikai. And it's just it's just a pretty impressive level coming up from him. He's got multiple forms. He's got his first form, second form, and then, obviously the base we get from his Grand Ray Cerro. He should have it, even though we only got to see it from Ichigo and Grimjow. That it actually is so powerful that it slightly warps space. Pretty powerful, just a big, massive cannon of spiritual energy. And Ulquiorra obviously being number 4 and Grimjow being number 6, he's at least should be able to do that much. He should be more powerful, just, obviously kind of taking into account his higher rank, but to what extent we don't really know. The Espada definitely had some gaps in certain areas in terms of skill, but you can see just a general upgrade with his first form resurrection. Nothing really notable from it that I recall. I think it was just the Black Cerro that we saw. I think that's mostly what we really got. He went in it, he just kind of was more powerful, dropped his Black Cerro. It's really what you want to look at with him is when he gets to his absurdly badass looking, like massive terror bat of the night, second form resurrection. He's the only member of the Espada that has a second level. Unfortunately, the third level that he has from one of the video games is not canon. As cool looking as it is, but I should have included it just for the flair of showing it. That's fine. But with it, he's able to have low levels of regen, losing an arm here, and, to grow it back. It only works on non-vital organs from what I recall. I remember him saying specifically it wouldn't work if he lost, like, stuff like heart or lungs or anything, very crucial to him, just kind of stating. And when it comes to it, when I'm talking about his firepower, and just like you can tell from some of his things that his Lanza, this sick green lightning arrow made of spiritual energy. It's like a javelin, really. Takes it, throws it. He's got poor control of it, but just that massive output of damage that he gets from this huge, colossal blast of spiritual energy that probably would have destroyed Las Noches if it hit. So, you can't kind of shrug that off. It wasn't, you didn't really get to see much of a crater, but just that blast size alone, it's definitely something you'd take into account. You'd apply in terms at least of power scaling from some of the other areas within Bleach. I would, that's why I say kind of put them in a mountain level range, because you can't look at that and not at least give it within that area of just, even though it's that big like tall wise explosion, you gotta look at even around it the shock wave from the amount of I don't remember if they had a specific name for the Sand and Waco Mundo, but just that shock wave around it, all that kind of upheaving of weight, and just you gotta imagine the sheer AOE of that thing. But anyway, pretty easy for Ulqiorra. I went into his files to look at what I had on him, and I had too many pictures, and I thought this was gonna be really long. But luckily, I kept it to really what was required. Didn't rabble on too much, and I hope this one can be useful. If you like these kind of videos, I'm trying to do them more often between my chapter reviews. I'm trying to get a lot out. I'm trying to do chapter reviews, theories, and then these clash profiles, so we can do some fun, theoretical character matches. Who would win between which character where. But anyway, that's it for Ulqiorra Cifer, fourth Espada of Bleach. And tell me in the comments if you have anyone that you might want to also see from Bleach. I think I'm gonna do that for now on. Is whenever I do one to say, drop a comment of who do you think from that series should be next, or just character you think in general. Really is fine with me. But yeah, otherwise, check out my other videos, like and subscribe if you enjoy this kind of stuff, and appreciate everyone who's already subscribed. Thank you very much for listening.